At like 9:30. He's going opposite. He's dead opposite me.
Oh, he's taking the
Titans.
Titans. Yeah.
one pick wonders.
One pick wonder. The best picks for NFL playoffs.
This would be week 19, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Sounds good.
So we're kicking off with our leading picker for one pick wonders. Daddy Ryan.
All right. So I'm going Baltimore -9 over Tennessee. The game's in Baltimore. Um, Baltimore's got the second-ranked offense in the NFL. That's byproduct of their number one rushing attack, passing the 27th, which is all right. Lamar Jackson passes when he needs to pass the ball. It's more of an opportunistic passer rather than he's not going to win the game passing, but even though he can. Their defense is fourth overall in the NFL, fifth against the rush, sixth against the pass. The strong suit of the Titans is their running game. Even though Tannehill's been playing pretty good since he took over, it's the Derrick Henry show. I think he had what do you have last week? Like 160 yards, I think, against the Patriots, who were a top defense in the NFL this year as well. But I think Baltimore's got the edge because the Tennessee defense is ranked 21st, 12th against the rush, 24th against the pass. So I'm a believer in Lamar Jackson. I think he runs that offense well. They take advantage of his skills. He's got the good tight end there. Was it Andrews? You got Ingram. Who are you going to stop running the ball? Ingram or Lamar Jackson? So I think when it's all said and done, 9.5, it's going to be close. But I think Baltimore at home with a week rest. I think some of their starters have had off. I think for 2 weeks, so hopefully they don't come out rusty. But they're, Jackson's young, so hopefully he'll be running wild and putting up a bunch of points. And Tennessee will lose by 10 or more. I'm looking at Baltimore to win this game by 2 touchdowns. We'll see what happens. But I think that's where we're going this week. That's definitely where I'm going. But hopefully I'm right. I believe I will be right when it's all said and done.
Did you get your bet in at 9?
I think I got my bet in at I want to say 9.5. I think I bet it straight up 9.5. 9.5, yeah.
I thought
Is it at 9 now?
9.5.
Yeah, I put it in at 9.5 on. I guess it was yesterday morning. So, yeah. So, and I'm good at 9.5. If it's 9 now, that's fine. But I'm good with you putting it in at 9.5.
No, it's 10 now. It's 10 now.
Is it 10 now?
So the bettors are agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, as of now, it's 10.
I thought that was I honestly thought that was the best line of the week. I think out of the teams that are left, that was the one team that had been more or less consistent throughout the year. I'm sure they threw up a dud here or there. I can't remember. I got to be honest. I don't watch every single game.
Cleveland.
Cleveland, they threw a dud against Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland crushed them in Baltimore, and I think that was the last time they lost.
Yeah, and that was and with that respect, it's a division game there. So those games people say always get a team riled up, when they're playing against somebody in their own division. So take that with a little bit of grain of salt. But Baltimore just if Lamar Jackson's not the MVP this year, then there's something wrong with with whoever makes those picks. The kid's done awesome.
It was really early in the season. It was like week 5 or something.
Okay.
And then obviously we know where Cleveland went since then. In Baltimore, as I said, I think they've won 8 or 9, 10 in a row since that point.
Yeah.
So they're on fire after that.
Yeah, they only lost 2 all season. So
Yeah.
the Browns
line
week
is,
4.
the line is still out there at 9.5. It's either 9.5 or 10, depending on where you're betting.
Okay.
Well, I think with the Harbaugh coaching, as long as you're not playing Ohio State, you should do pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're correct with that one.
John would beat Ohio State.
Holy shit! So Dan, did you win last week? I forget now.
No, I got a big fat nothing last week.
Oh, cause I
You picked the Saints.
Oh yeah, that's it. That pick sucked.
Oh, that was terrible. Yes.
What happened to the Saints?
They lost.
They sucked.
Why?
They didn't
Yes.
put up as many points.
Yeah. Drew Brees was awful in that game.
The only player that The only player that did well was the backup quarterback.
Yeah, right.
That kid keeps putting up, the opportunistic plays. He's not in on everything. They have a package that he's involved in, and they do a good job using him when they need to. I played him in FanDuel, and he had 2 touchdowns last week. So
I think he did 50 yards passing, 50 yards rushing, and he ran for a touchdown or caught one.
Yeah.
He did everything.
Yeah.
And he was on special teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever that's worth. Yeah.
All right, Danny D. Let's have your pick for this week. What do we call this? Do we call this the divisional playoffs? Is that what we call it?
Yes. Yes, the divisional round.
Let's have it.
All right. Well, first, I'll congratulate the Minnesota Vikings for winning this week because I'm going to pick against them again after I got screwed by them last week. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Scott bet the opposite of me this week. I picked San Francisco to win by more than a touchdown. Minnesota has not won 2 postseason games in one postseason in 33 years. I still don't trust Kirk Cousins, even though he did play well last week. But San Francisco's defense is better. Their front 4 is better. They've been rested. They're healthy. Dee Ford's going to be back. They have a better offense, I believe, than the Saints do because they're not just concentrating on 2 guys the way the Saints are. You give the coach a week off, they should be able to come up with some new things. Now, I don't know how rusty San Francisco might come out in the beginning of the game, even though luckily for them, they had to play it out week 16 or week 17. That kind of helped. But still, sometimes you see some rust on teams the first half of that divisional game. But I believe that they can win by more than a touchdown. I don't think the game would be any more than maybe a 10-point game at best. I think it's going to be fairly tight. I don't expect a blowout. But I do think San Francisco is going to pull it out and win by more than a touchdown. Their defense is, as I said, is excellent. Garoppolo's had a great season. They have an excellent running game with Coleman and Mostert. They have some young receivers that came through, like Samuel, who's starting to play. They have George Kittle, who's maybe the best tight end in football or up there, one of the top 4 or 5 guys. They're terrific. Kyle Shanahan's done a great job with that team, turning them around from a couple years ago. I mean, it's an incredible difference it makes at quarterback. Last year they were awful, and this year they were terrific with Garoppolo. And, San Francisco's good at home. I think if they make the championship game, they'll tie the Steelers for most championship game appearances if they win this game. And also, Minnesota's coming up for a short week. They play on Sunday and have to play Saturday and fly halfway across the country. So I think I also give San Francisco an advantage. So that's why I bet San Francisco to win by more than a touchdown.
I just bet that game while we were live on the air. I bet that I put $5 down on San Fran to win by 7.
Wow, I have the backing of the great Ryan Robinson on that one.
Well, I also backed you last week on the Saints pick too, and that kind of went south. So
Yes, quickly.
we'll see how it goes.
We're going to win because Scott bet against us. So, the old O'Hearn curse on the Vikings.
Yeah. Well, and Brian picked against me, so.
That's right. I was staying away from Kansas City this week.
Yeah.
What was the other one? No one picked
Green Bay.
Green Bay either. So I think that could be. I was thinking about making that pick too. Russell Wilson's 0-3 all time in Green Bay, and I believe Pete Carroll's 0-5 or 0-6 as the playoff underdog on the road. So, but they play some crazy games, those two teams. So I wanted to stay away from that one too.
All right, I just threw $1 down on that game.
Oh, okay. Who do you bet? Green Bay?
There you go. Why not? A buck on Green Bay.
Are you going to be kicked out of your Bear fandom there by betting on Green Bay?
Nah, it's all about the money. So Seattle should be happy.
Dan, you're betting against your fantasy quarterback, are you not? Didn't you have Cousins the whole season?
Yeah. Well, he screwed me the last week of the season out of the championship. So I'm betting against him again.
You're a fair weather friend.
That's right. All's fair in love and war.
So now I'm picking opposite. I'm not saying the Vikings will win because I don't have Fran Tarkenton. So. But I am at a +7 right now. And as we mentioned, they're in Levi Stadium. Regular season, Kirk Cousins 3,600 plus yards, 26 touchdowns, 6 INTs. Dave Cook, leading rusher, over 1,000 yards and 13 TDs. Leading receiver, Stephon Diggs. Over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Eric Kendricks leading Minnesota in tackles with 110. So when we get down to the bottom of the line, 49ers and Vikings have strong running games and passing attacks. 49ers defense played better than the Vikings defense. Nick Bosa will give Kirk Cousins fits on passing and downs. And you have the return of D Ford at defensive end for San Fran. Will make life that much tougher for the Vikings. Running passing game. San Fran wins this game at home, but Minnesota's offense keeps it close enough to cover. We're looking to come in under 7. So and the Vikings could win. Something could go wrong, and the Vikings could win. What's the coaching matchup look like on this one?
Zimmer and Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan's coaching 49ers, right?
Yeah. This is his first pro season game as head coach. Whereas Zimmer has had mixed results in the postseason in his career.
Kyle Shanahan's first playoff game?
Yeah.
Has Garoppolo started in a playoff game?
No.
But he's been on the bench for many of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he backed up the GOAT.
That's right. He has a couple rings there, I presume.
Yeah.
I believe
he's got the pedigree.
Has played in a playoff game, hasn't he? Cousins has been in a playoff game.
Well, yeah, last week.
Yeah.
I think he's played in 2. I think last week was his second playoff game.
That's what I was thinking.
Luckily, the game's on Saturday or Sunday and not Monday night.
Yeah, luckily for him. It's a 1:35 San Francisco kickoff time, so it's not even close to prime time.
Is that tomorrow? Is that game tomorrow?
No, it's in 3 hours.
That's the first game today?
Yeah, that's the first game today.
Yeah, San Fran Vikings. First game.
Okay.
So what can we say about the BKO's pick of the Titans?
Well, he picked opposite me, so what that means is that's good for me because we always go with the theory bet opposite Brian. So, and he did mention something to me the other day, which I didn't realize because I don't really pay attention to who's got wins or who's got the most wins or whatever out of all of us. But he said I would have to lose the last 3 games starting now, and he would have to win his 3 just to tie me for the lead for the season. So I don't know if that's accurate. I don't look at it. All I know is I'm up on money this year. I started with $20 and I bet on some other stuff, and I was over 50 before it was all said and done today. So, I mean, he's got if Derrick Henry goes off and has a big game, could they make it within less than 9.5? Yes, they could. But I think I don't think that's going to happen. Brian Tannehill.
He can get away with what he did this week against Baltimore.
Ravens have allowed the fewest points over the last 12 games than any other NFL team with an average of 15.1 per game.
Yeah, they only gave up 17.6 for the whole season. So that's saying something. They're not the defense of old like they were with Ray Lewis, but they're still pretty good.
Yeah, plus it's at home. Expect most defenses to play better at home as well.
And you mentioned Lamar Jackson as the legitimate dual threat.
Hi.
Quarterback. Hi, Maggie. How you been, honey?
Good.
I'm hungry.
Oh, pizza.
Don't give your dad any. He's fat.
Thanks.
All right, so there you have it. Your picks for NFL.
Oh, and if you want one pick, if you want another pick for the day, non-football related, right here, basketball, St. Bonaventure -14.5 over Fordham. I bet it. They're playing at the Riley Center, which is a really good place, and Fordham sucks.
Hey, they got your money last time.
What's the spread?
14.5.
500 points.
5 points.
All right, good luck.
Bet on him, you double your money.
That's right. You heard it here first. All right, good luck, fellas. I'll see you next week.
All right, good luck. Take care.
Two.